Well, and I think also what's really interesting in technology, in the software industry, we have a lot of people that are on the spectrum that I've personally worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And there's many aspects of their personality and their critical thinking that I love, and I find them to be a valuable asset in working with them. They sometimes can arrive at very creative solutions that somebody that's not on the autistic spectrum may completely, missed.
To have a part of you that is more abstract like that,
Mm-hmm.
but then still, be reasonably functional is an advantage in today's world.
Yeah, well, not an expert on autism by any stretch, but my understanding of autism is it is a congenital disease. So it's occurring and develops in the womb when the brain is developing.
Mm-hmm.
So in many ways we can rule out environmental factors after the child is born. So autism, as far as research understands it, it's something you're born with, right? But we have to look at what environmental factors before the child was born, contributed. Could be before even the child was conceived, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But it's this big mystery because, could just be better diagnosis that's leading us to see an inflation in numbers, which I know is one debate that's going on. Or are there environmental factors with the parents, genetic factors, that are also leading to its prevalence? And I, as far as to my knowledge about that area of research, there's still not a lot of agreement over sort of the main causes. But
Mm-hmm.
one of the agreements is, that it's something that develops, before the child's birth. You see it come out later, and then there's a developmental factor that goes in because a child that is properly, an autistic child that, can receive the right instruction and care and guidance is still, that child is still developing, and they're going to develop better mechanisms to overcome, aspects of their autism.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and then also, as far as I know, one of the striking things about autism is, there's communication channels in their brain between different parts of their brain that maybe don't communicate, interrelate components as effectively. So other parts of their brain sort of step in to facilitate things like critical thinking and communication.
Mm-hmm.
And so, I don't want to go so far as to say it's a defect, like there's something inherently wrong with the kids, but one part of their brain is not, communicating as a non-autistic child would. So part of the right brain kicks in to fill that issue, right? So the brain starts to adapt, and that's where,
Mm-hmm.
right?
And
so
that's coming back to the perhaps advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think also what's really interesting in technology, in the software industry, we have a lot of people that are on the spectrum that I've personally worked with.
Mm-hmm.
There's many aspects of their personality and their critical thinking that I love, and I find them to be a valuable asset in working with them.
Mm-hmm.
For some, some forms of autism is characterized by a real fixation on things. And in software, their fixation is often on getting it done perfectly and doing everything very correct and very well. And, I mean, how can you not appreciate that? It's a major asset.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes some social factors can be challenging, but I think that's something you have to accept and understand with somebody that's on the autistic spectrum and learn to work with it, because more understanding on the part of people that are not autistic, how to work and collaborate with people on the spectrum, there's great benefits to just overall better understanding of autism. And, maybe they don't have the same level of astuteness with certain social situations.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, people that are not on the spectrum need to learn to work with that, because the value that they provide is amazing. And, you know, I believe diversity is more than just, you know, skin color. You know, oh, well, we have
absolutely.
a Latino, we have a white person, we have an Asian, we have a black person on our team. We're diverse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But then you look, it's like they all came from, you know, same like neighborhood, went to the same high school, went to the same college,
Yeah.
you know, same social economic status. Yeah, that's
How about we get a diversity of opinion?
diversity of opinion. I like to say diversity of mind, right? So even more than just opinions and beliefs, but how your mind functions.
Yeah.
And by learning to collaborate with people that have completely different minds and thinking patterns, for example, somebody that is autistic, right? That's extremely valuable and powerful, right? And I remember one individual in particular that I worked with. A lot of my coworkers couldn't stand him because he didn't have maybe the social skills that they had and understanding. But damn, he was good at his job, and damn did he care, and damn he did great work, and he was committed, you know, through and through to the job and the process, and he was one of my sounding boards, right? Because I could go to him and be guaranteed he's going to present something. He's going to present an angle I haven't thought of, you know? And so I think having that diversity of mind and actually looking at people that are on the spectrum as an asset, not a liability, you know? And so, and then, like I said, people need to understand more of maybe the challenges and the shortcomings that might be presented with autism, and be accommodating, because the benefits you'll receive, you know, far outweigh some of the challenges that need to be overcome. And everyone has some challenging aspect of them. So the bigger picture is we all need to understand more about each other's challenges and shortcomings, and being able to accommodate each other.